adding multiple screens and linking flows. In this lesson, we are going to create multiple screens and also make use of Uizard's linking feature to simulate navigations between them, thereby creating a clickable user flow or prototype. Hey guys, welcome back and congratulations. So far we have built and styled single screens. Yeah, now it is time to make our app interactive. Now remember, we have an existing project right here. Yeah, remember we created all of these individual screens, right? And we successfully styled most of them. Now it is time to make our app more interactive. All right, in this lesson you will learn how to add multiple screens to your project and then link them together using Uizard's flow features, okay, so that our app will work like a real one. Yeah, now what we're going to do right now is to go ahead to take out this project so that we can have a fresh project. So you come right here and then you click on delete, and then you go ahead to write delete just like this, and then click on this delete button. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, we have successfully deleted our existing project, because in this lesson I want you to learn how to add multiple screens to your project and also to link them together using Uizard's flow features. All right, in our previous project we only focused on building or styling individual screens. Now it is time to make our app more interactive. So guys, let's go ahead to begin this project. In this lesson I want us to design a simple sign in and sign up screens so that we can be able to link them together, and then we can have an app that is interactive, or should I say a more interactive screens. Now let's go ahead and begin. First things first, we are going to come right here and then click on new blank project. When we do that, you come right here and click on mobile, since we are going to be designing some mobile screens, right? Now let's click on mobile. So guys, here we are. Now let's go ahead to add some multiple screens, right? We are going to be needing about 5 different screens. All right, so let's go ahead and add another screen. If you notice right here, we already have a single screen right here, which was automatically created the moment we started a new project. All right, now let's go ahead to add another screen, and to do that you can either come right here, click on screen, and then add an empty screen, or you can as well come right here, click on these dots right here, scroll down to duplicate, and then duplicate this screen. All right, and that's beautiful, guys. Now we have 2 screens right here. Now the next thing to do is to come right here and then rename your screen. All right, let's call this a splash screen, or should I say a startup screen. And to do that, all you have to do is to come right here where my mouse cursor is on, and then you double click. And now let's call this splash screen. Remember, we are trying to build a simple login screen, okay, or should I say a simple login app. And that's beautiful, guys. Now the next screen we have right here is going to be a sign-in screen, or should I say a welcome back screen, whereby we are going to be having an email, a password, and also a login button. So let's go ahead to rename this screen label to a login screen. Double click, come right here, and then say login screen. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, at this stage I want us to come right here and then click on wireframe mode, because right now we are in the mockup mode. Okay, remember in UI UX you have to design your screens, all right, in a wireframe mode before going to a mockup mode. Okay, we all know what wireframing is all about. Okay, wireframing is just like a skeletal of the app, all right, or a skeletal of the design you will want to present to your stakeholders. Okay, now in Uizard we have what we call wireframe mode. In this wireframe mode we are going to have all our designs in place, and after that we are going to go back to our mockup mode. Now let's click on this wireframe mode. All right, you can see what it says here. It says wireframe mode is on, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, the next in line is to add some icons. I would like to have a few icons right here. Okay, you can choose to add any icon you see fit. Right now let's come right here and then click on icons. Let's shift these screens right here. Okay, and that's fine. Now I want us to have a battery icon right here. So all I'm going to do is to come right here and then search for battery. So let's say battery, and then you can go ahead to choose your favorite battery icon. Right, I'll go for this, guys. You can see where my mouse cursor is on, so I'll click on this, and when I do that I have my battery icon right here. Okay, so I'll drag this and then have it stay right here. All right, now you can see that Uizard provides a lining for you. Okay, it's like a layout. All right, so let's work with the layout that it presents. All right, you can see how it helps you to simply place your components perfectly, and that's beautiful, guys. Now the next icon I would love to have right here is the network icon, or should I say a cellular icon, right? You know, that icon that displays the network, or should I say the connectivity, right? So let's say network, or should I say cellular network. And that's fine. So guys, you can go ahead to choose your favorite cellular network bar. All right, I'm gonna go for this signal cellular. All right, now I'll click on this, and when I do that, now let's drag it to this position. Right, you can see where my mouse cursor is on. All right, and you can see what Uizard is doing right here. All right, it helps you to perfectly place your icons, or should I say your components, precisely. All right, you can see the lines it has provided so that it aligns evenly. All right, and that's beautiful, guys. Now the next icon I would love to have here is our, let's come right here and then let's type Wi-Fi. and then let's see what we have right here. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, let's go ahead with this icon, guys. You can choose whatever icon you see fit. Okay, but I'm going with this because it says Wi-Fi. Remember, we have our cellular network bar and we also have a Wi-Fi network bar. Okay, now let's make sure it all aligns. Okay, let's make sure it all aligns. Beginning from here, you can see it aligns, and also it also aligns from here. Okay, so we are good, and that's beautiful, guys. What we're going to do right now is this. Okay, this is a splash screen. All right, I don't want us to have all of this icon here on the splash screen. Okay, so let's go ahead to have these icons stay right here on the login screen. All right, I want our splash screen to be plain. All right, now let's take this right here, just like this, drag it right here. It's simple, and that's beautiful, guys. Now we have all of the icons that I want us to have on this application. You can choose to have more icons, guys. There are varieties of icons right here. Okay, you can see them: filled icon, outline, shaped. All right, different kinds of icon, rounded, two-tone. There are different kinds of icon that you can choose to have right here. Okay, material icon, all icon sets, font awesome 6 icon. You can choose to have any icon you wish depending on what you are designing. All right, now the next in line is to go ahead to have a text right here. Okay, now let's close this down. Let's come right here and then click on text. I want us to have some text here on the splash screen. All right, now first things first, I'm going to come right here and then I'm going to click on a header black text. All right, you can choose to have any text you want. All right, but a header black is very important because I think what we're going to be needing right here on our splash screen is a header text. Right, now let's click on this header text. Now let's click on this header text and then let's have it stay right here. Okay, again, let's also extend this to this point and also have this stay right here, extended to this point. Now let's also come right here and then click on more options so that we can have our text aligned to the center. All right, we can also come right here to change our text style. All right, or should I say our font style. All right, we have what we call Roboto. I don't think I like Roboto. Let's go for Rubik. Right, I love Rubik, and here is Rubik. You can choose to have any text, or should I say any font style you want. Okay, but I want to have Rubik right here. So guys, now you can also come right here to change the size of your text. Okay, but let's leave it at 24 for now. Okay, you can make it bold, you can also make it italic depending on what you want for your project. Okay, and that's beautiful, guys. Now let's go ahead to have another text right here just beneath this. Okay, I want us to have a title text. Okay, so let's click on this title text and then let's drag it up to this place. Remember, always work with the lines provided by Uizard, okay, so that it can help you to place your components precisely. Okay, now let's also drag this and extend it to this point, just like we did with our header black text. All right, and then let's align this to the center, and that's fine. So guys, let's go ahead to rename this text. Okay, let's have Bagzinet. Remember, we are also applying all that we have learned previously in this lesson. Okay, from the beginning of this lesson, okay, we are applying all that we have learned. So pay attention, guys. Now, the next in line is this. Let's go ahead to rename this. I will say test my prep. Okay, you can decide to call it anything. Okay, test my prep, and that's beautiful, guys. Now let's also go ahead to change our text or our font style to Rubik. Okay, all right, everything has to be the same, and that's fine. So guys, the next in line, let's close this down. The next in line is to go ahead and have an image right here. Remember, it's a splash screen. You can choose to have anything displayed on your splash screen, okay, or should I say your startup screen. So let's close this down and then click on templates. Let's come right here to type image. Now you can add any image of your choice. You can decide to have a circular image, or should I say a circle image, a free image, okay, or should I say a normal image, or an image gallery. All right, whatever you want to be displayed on your app or your splash screen, okay, you can decide to add any kind of image. There are varieties of image galleries. All right, you can see image post-ins, different kind of images that you may choose to have, but let's go with the simple. Okay, so I would take this and I'll have it stay right here. All right, remember, we are also working with our lines. Okay, you can see how this line has helped us to perfectly place our component here on the screen. Okay, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, right here on our splash screen, I would also like to have a simple button. Okay, now let's come right here and then let's click on button. You can add a simple button, okay, or you can decide to have a blue rounded button, okay, or you can decide to have a button black. Now let's have this button blue. All right, now I'll have this button stay right here. Let's take it down a little. Okay, now that's perfect. Now let's rename this button, guys, but first of all, let's extend this to this point and also this to this point. Let's also extend this to this point and this to this point. I would also love to have this, make it bigger. Okay, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, I would go ahead right now to rename this button text. Okay, I would say let's begin. Since it's a splash screen, right, you can decide to have anything. You may even decide not to have a button here on the splash screen. Okay, but for lesson's sake, we are going to explore every option. Okay, so let's say let's begin. And that's fine. So guys, let's go ahead to increase the size of this text. You can see it's on 14. Let's make it 18. All right, let's also go ahead to change this font style to Rubik because I want everything to be aligned. All right, guys, let's make this 24. Okay, And that's beautiful, guys. Now it says let's begin, and that's fine. So guys, our splash screen is complete. Yeah, now let's go ahead and add some more components here on our login screen. Okay, and after that we are going to add other multiple screens. Right now, here on our login screen, we're going to have what we call a welcome back text. Right now, let's come right here and then let's click on text. All right, since it's going to be a welcome back text, we're going to have a header black. All right, now drag this and then let's have it stay right here, and then let's extend this to this point and also extend this to this point, just like we have been doing, guys. All right, let's also go ahead to align this text to the center. All right, and then let's change the font style to Rubric. All right, and that's beautiful, guys. Now what I'm going to do right now is this. All right, I'm going to change this text right now. I'm going to say welcome back. And then I'm going to change font style to Rubric. Of course, it's already on Rubric. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, the next text we are going to have right here is the sign in to your account text. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead to have another text right underneath this text. Okay, so I would also have a title text right here. Let's extend this, and also let's extend this to this point, and then let's also make sure that it is aligned to the center. And then let's also change the font style to Rubric. Okay, so guys, I would go ahead to say sign in to your account. Let's close this down. You can choose to have anything right here. Okay, you can choose to name it whatever you see fit, and that's fine. Now remember, we are still in the mockup mode, right? So guys, let's go ahead to have an input field, and all you gotta do is to come right here on forms. Now let's click on forms, and when you do that, you're gonna see a variety of input components, or should I say form components. Okay, now let's have this input field. Okay, it's simple. You can choose to have any kind of input field you see fit, right? Let's have this right here. Let's extend this to this point and also extend this to this point. Then let's change our fonts to Rubric, right? And also change the font size to 18. All right, and then make sure it is aligned to the left. Okay, I want it to be aligned to the left. All right, now what we're going to do right now is to rename the text right here. Okay, let's say email or phone number, or should I say email/phone. And that's beautiful, guys. Now let's also have another input field. Okay, let's take this right here, just like we did with this. All right, let's have it stay right here, and then let's go ahead to change our text size and also our font style. Let's take it and make it Rubik, and also let's make this 16. All right, and then let's make sure it is aligned to the left. All right, and that's perfect, guys. Now let's go ahead to say password, and that's fine. This should be 18. Okay, and that's beautiful, guys. Now it is also important for us to have another text right underneath this. Okay, a text that says forget password. So guys, I would come right here, click on text, and then take this title text to be right here. Okay, and then I'm also going to draw this, extend this to this point, just like we did with others. Okay, and then make sure it is aligned to the right. Let's align this to the right. Okay, make sure it's Rubik, just like we have done with the rest, and then let's also make sure it's aligned to the right. And then the next thing to do is to rewrite, or should I say rename this text. I would say forget password. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, I want us to have a login button right here. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to come right here, and then I'm going to have a button blue. Right, let's have a button blue just like we have with this. Okay, let's have a button blue right here. Then let's extend this to this point, just like we have been doing the rest, and also extend this to this point. Now we have our button right here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is this. Let's go ahead to change our font size. All right, let's go ahead to change our font size and also our font style to Rubik, and then our font size to 24, and that's fine. All right, and then make sure it is aligned to the center. All right, now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to rename this button to login. So I would say login, and that's fine. Now guys, I'm also going to have another text right underneath this login. Okay, so I'll come right here on text, and then I would also have a title black. Let's have a title black. Okay, just like we had with the rest. Let's be consistent. Consistency is key. Okay, now let's extend this to this point, and also extend this to this point. Then let's also make sure the text is aligned to the center. Okay, and then let's change our font style to Rubik, and that's perfect, guys. Now what I'm going to do next is this. I'm going to change this text to OR, or so it's like saying login or. So guys, the next in line is to have some few icons right underneath this text. Okay, so I'll come right here on icon, and then I would search for, let's say, a Facebook icon. All right, so I would say Facebook. These are the Facebook icons we have right here. Okay, you can decide to have Facebook square icon, or a normal Facebook icon, or even this Facebook icon. Okay, so I will go ahead to have this. So I would drag this to this place. All right, and that's fine. Now let's also have a Google icon. Okay, so I would come right here, and I would say Google. So guys, what we have right here are varieties of Google icon. Okay, so I would go ahead to have this Google icon, or should I say this Google plus icon. Okay, now I'll take this to this place. Remember to work with the line that Uizard provides. Okay, now let's have this come closer. Okay, and that's fine. So guys, let's also go ahead to have another text right underneath these two icons right here. Okay, so I'll come right here to click on text. Now I'm going to have a title text again right underneath this, and that's perfect. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to drag this to this point, make sure it is aligned, and then I'm also going to have our text on the center. All right, and then change our font style to Rubik, and that's beautiful, guys. Now what are we going to have here? Let's say, do you have an account? It's a question for new users. Okay, do you have an account? A question comes with a question mark, right? Now if you don't have an account, sign up. Now this is very important. Okay, now when a user comes right here and sees this question, okay, do you have an account? If the user do not have an account or does not have an account, that user will just come right here and then click on sign up. All right, this is supposed to be a link. When a user clicks on this sign up link, it takes that user straight to the sign up screen, even though this is not a sign up screen. Okay, yes, this is a way of trying to make the app more interactive. Okay, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, I would like for us to extend this icon, okay, so that we can have it like this. All right, you can choose to do whatever you wish. Okay, I just want it to be more larger. Okay, and that's fine. So guys, let's also go ahead to have some arrow backs on our screen. Okay, I want us to have an arrow back here on our screen. All right, so I'll come right here, click on templates, come right here, type arrow back, or I'll come right here and then I'll just say back. So what I'll do is this: I'll come right here, click on icons, come right here and then type back. Now these are some arrow backs that we have. Okay, so I would like to have this arrow back stay right here. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, now we have two screens right here. Okay, now let's go ahead to add other screens. Okay, now what I'll do is this: I'll come right here and then I would duplicate this screen just like I told you earlier. Yeah, so guys, I'll come right here, Control D to duplicate. All right, now we have another screen right here. Let's go ahead to rename this screen to forget password. Let's say forget password. Let's close this down. Now we have a forget password screen. All right, now the reason why we duplicated this screen is because there will be no need for us to add all of these icons again. Okay, so guys, all we're going to do right now is to simply rename and realign. Okay, so I'll come right here and I'll say forget password, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, let's take this out, okay, because we're not going to be needing it right here on this forget password screen. All right, so I'll click on it and then click on the delete button on my keyboard, and that's fine. Now the next in line is to rename this text. Okay, I'm gonna say enter your email address or your phone number in order to reset your password. Okay, remember this is a forget password screen, or I'm going to enter a text right here telling the users or telling whoever it is that wants to sign up to this application to enter their email address or phone number in order to reset their password. So I would say enter your email address or phone number to reset your password. And that's beautiful, guys. Now let's make sure this is aligned to the center. Okay, now the next in line is to have an input field. All right, we already have an input field right here. All I'm going to do is this: I'm going to rename this. Okay, I'm going to say email or phone number. Remember we said enter your email address or phone number in order to reset your password. Now let's have email or phone number. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, let's go ahead to take this out. Okay, we don't want it. All right, and what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come right here, because now let's assume that a user enters their email address or their phone number right here. Okay, what the user is going to be doing next is to reset their password. Okay, remember we said enter your email address or phone number in order to reset your password. Okay, now if a user enters their email address or phone number right here, the next action that should be taken is to reset their password. So I'll come right here on this button, right? I would say reset password. So we're going to be having a reset password button right here. So I would say reset password. And that's beautiful, guys. Now let's go ahead to take this out. We don't need it. All right, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, let's have another screen. All right, it's going to be a sign up screen. All right, now let's come right here, click on this, and then come right here to duplicate, or you can as well click on Ctrl+D to duplicate. All right, just like we have said earlier. All right, now let's also go ahead to rename this screen. Okay, I would say sign up screen. And that's beautiful, guys. Now we have a splash screen, a login screen, a forget password screen and also a sign up screen. So right here on our sign up screen, what are we going to have right here? First things first, I'm going to rename this text to a create account. So I would say create account. And that's fine. Now the next in line is to have a username. Now let's take this out, okay, and then let's have this stay right here. Okay, let's have an input field right here which says username. Which means that a new user should have a username. Okay, additionally, let's take this down. Okay, additionally, we are going to have another input field right underneath this. Okay, so I would come right here, click on forms, and when I do that, I'm going to come right here and drag this input field right onto this place. Right, we are going to have more input field. Okay, so let's have more input field because of time. Okay, we're going to have about 4 input fields, right? So let me add these 2. Okay, and that's beautiful, guys. Now let's close this down, and then let's extend this to this point just like we have been doing. Okay, and also let's extend this to this point. Let's also extend this to this point, and that's beautiful, guys. Now a new user would have a username, an email, a phone number, and finally a new user would have a password. Let's check out the size of this font. Okay, the size of this font is 18 and it is Rubik. Okay, let's have others to be the same. Let's make the font style to be Rubik and the font size to be 18. All right, same with this, same with this. All right, to be Rubik and the font size to be 18. And also let's also make sure it is aligned to the left. Okay, although it is already aligned to the left. All right, let's also change this text property. Font style Rubik, font size 18, and also make sure it is aligned to the left. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, now we have our create account screen, or should I say our sign up screen. So guys, let's have this stay right here, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, we have a sign up screen right here. Yeah, so guys, let's go ahead to have another screen. Okay, one final screen. All right, I would come right here and then I would duplicate this. Okay, let's click on Ctrl D to duplicate. All right, and that's beautiful, guys. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take all of these components out, and then I'm just going to leave this. Okay, So I would take this out. Let's take this text out because I'm going to need something smaller. Okay, I would have a title black. Okay, let's have a title black right here. Okay, let's extend this to this point, and also let's make sure our text style, or should I say our font style, is Rubik, aligned to the center. Okay, and then I'm going to say enter the code to verify your phone. All right, enter the code to verify your phone. And that's beautiful, guys. Now let's have it stay right here. Now let's have this come down a bit. Okay, so guys, let's also have another text right underneath this text. Okay, so I'll come right here, I'll click on this text, and then I would also click on title black. All right, and I'll have it stay right here, and that's fine. I'll close this down so that we'll have a space right here. Okay, now I'll extend this to this point, and also make sure it is aligned to this point, and I'll also have this text to be aligned to the center. Okay, so what I'm going to have here is this. I'm going to say we have sent you an SMS with a code to the number and then let's say, for example, plus 2234 811 6037755. all right, and that's beautiful, guys. Now let's take this down. Okay, let's take this down right here. Let's make sure it is aligned. All right, it is all aligned. So guys, let's also go ahead to have what we call the input stepper, right? And then let's have it stay right here. Let's extend this to this point, and also extend this to this point. Right, remember here on create account screen, or should I say the sign up screen, the user provided his or her username, email, phone number, and password. Okay, now in order to verify the user, it is important to have a code sent to the user's phone number. All right, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, let's go ahead to rename this button. Okay, we can just say done. All right, you can decide to write anything you see fit, okay, but I want to say done, okay, because I'm done. So guys, peradventure this new user did not receive an SMS, we are going to have another text right underneath this button, all right, that says send new code, okay, and then let's click on button. Let's have a button black, and that's fine. Let's extend this to this point. All right, let's go ahead to change the font style to Rubik and the font size to 18. All right, and then I would say send new code. So a user or a new user would click on send new code if he or she do not get an SMS alert with a code to the number they provided when they were creating their account or when registering. All right, so I would say send new code. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, what we have here is a simple login app, okay, you can see it right here. Yeah, now this is not perfect, okay, so what we'll do here is this. Let's rename this screen. I'm going to call it let's say verify code screen. And that's beautiful, guys. So guys, what we have here is this. We have a simple authentication app whereby a user comes right here on a splash screen, all right, which is the first screen that you can experience on an application. All right, now when a user comes right here and then interfaces with this splash screen, clicks on let's begin, and then the user is taken to this login screen where the user would have to sign in to his or her account, right, using their phone number and their email address, and then entering their password. After that, the user would click on login, all right, or alternatively the user can choose to log in into this application using their Facebook or their Gmail account, okay, depending on how the user wants to log in or how the app is built, okay. Now the user is also gonna be asked a question here on this page if he or she has an account, because sometimes some users are not conversant with what the application is all about, all right, so they just come right in and assume that they have an account already, all right, and then they will go ahead to try to sign in, and when they click on login, they would realize that they cannot access the account or they cannot access the application. So that is why we have a question like this: do you have an account? All right, if you don't have an account, you can sign up. That is why we have a sign up right here, okay, and that's beautiful, guys. So guys, now that we have our multiple screens added to this project, let's go ahead to click on the mockup mode, okay. Remember, we are still in the wireframe mode, okay. Let's go ahead to click on the mockup mode. so you can see where my mouse cursor is on. So I'll just say mockup mode. Damn guys, you can see how beautiful this looks. All right, it's so wonderful guys. You can do better. This is nothing. All right, I feel you can do better. Now with this, you can also see some mistakes, and you can then go ahead to correct your mistakes, right? So guys, we are done with adding multiple screens, yeah, but because of how lengthy this lesson has become, I will be linking the screens here at my own end, but I want you guys to do your homework. All right, I want you guys to add your own multiple screens at your own end, following all the instructions and concept learned, and then also go ahead to link your screens referring to lesson 3, which is lesson 1.3, navigating the interface, which gives you a hint on how to link screens. All right, because in the next lesson we will just go ahead to preview and test this wonderful prototype. All right, so guys, the reason for this task is to know for sure that you are really engaged in these lessons. Okay, now see you in the next lesson.